Now on Coast TV News.
Thousands gather for an Ocean City event under the sun.
An unprecedented project in Milford, how it could shape affordable housing in the area.
Delmarva's drought continues, how allergies and respiratory problems are taking a hit, what doctors say you can do to help.
And yes, it's been another sunny, dry, breezy day on the peninsula as our severe drought expands throughout the area. I'll have the latest on when we may see some rain and about some cooler temperatures through the weekend.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
A sunny day bringing in a big crowd. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the kickoff to the 49th Sunfest in Ocean City.
Sunfest is Ocean City's last big hurrah before the off-season, and Mother Nature is definitely cooperating. Joining us in Ocean City is Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe. Kevin, lots of excitement and fun energy at the inlet.
Maddie, there's a lot of stuff going on here today, starting things off with live music being played all across the Ocean City Inlet. But of course, we're here for the vendors and some unique things right here. You have a liquor bottle holder. This one is an octopus that can hold it like that. And this one over here is a blue crab. This is perfect for Ocean City. But if you're looking for something else, you can come right over here. There's some sweatshirts and t-shirts. This one's saying release the Kraken. Very cool. And one more thing I wanted to show you guys is right over here, there's the Maryland State Firefighters Association, a $10,000 raffle, and you could only submit $1 and possibly win big. And this stuff is all good for early gift shopping. 49 years of fun in the sun. Ocean City Sunfest kicks off with perfect weather. And vacationer Ashley Humphreys has been nothing but smiles.
The sun is shining, the people are smiling, and all of these vendors are absolutely fantastic. There's something for everybody, and I am thrilled to be here.
The annual outdoor event is filled with live music, food, vendors, and even a hayride in the sand. Ocean City's Tourism and Business Development Manager Tom Perlazzo says this event brings in large crowds before the winter season begins.
You know, we usually have a couple 100,000 people over the 4 days. It's just a great opportunity to finish the season out.
Hundreds of vendors come every year to show off their very own products. And this is Terry Markwork. He came all the way from Texas to show off his handmade product that helps people behind the grill. Markwork never plans on missing a year of Sunfest.
Well, it helps my business because I can sell directly to customers, and then I also spread the word about my website and things like that as well.
From various food options to different vendors and music, there is something here for you and your family to enjoy. It's beautiful and windy down here, and you still have time to stop by, because today it closes at 7. Live in Ocean City, I'm Kevin Zappe, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Kevin. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know which Sunfest activity you enjoy the most.
Let's take a look at the results so far. Take a look at your screen. You can see 75% say they're just not going. Okay, their loss. 11% say the artist booth. Live music is 3%. Food vendors are 11%. Boardwalk views are 0, but this will probably change.
These numbers have a tendency to fluctuate throughout the day. If you have not voted yet, you still can at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. One small step for affordable housing in the area. People in Milford got together for an open house of the first accessory dwelling unit in the city. Those are things like tiny homes. This unit is 675 square feet. Judy and her son Jim Parcell are hopeful about the future of ADUs.
I think it's going to provide opportunities not just for older people who need a place, but younger people who are just launching and need a place to stay that is relatively inexpensive. And so I hope not only does it improve the affordable housing issue here, but across the state.
The Purcell family worked with the city of Milford over the past few years to rewrite the accessory dwelling unit ordinance to make this unit and others like it possible.
For the last 27 days, Delmarva has been hit hard by drought conditions. That's having an adverse impact on air quality, making it hard to breathe for some people.
I think for him it's harder just because he has allergies and that tends to blow stuff into the house. that affects him more.
Dry weather in particular, it's ragweed season. And so there's abundance of that here in Sussex County because of all the corn that's being hocked up into the air as well. And so those allergies can really get really bad. Nasal rinses or sinus rinses. So you can get those at CVS or Walgreens.
The record is 34 days of no rain here on Delmarva, and we're just a week away from that record.
And let's take a live look into Dover as we check in with our First Alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono, who's in for Paul, and he joins us now with our First Alert weather. Chris, good evening. What can you tell us?
Good evening, Charlie and Maddie. Unfortunately, the severe drought continues, and we only are going to see that worsen here over the next week or so before we see rainfall. Now, with that said, we do have that fire danger, dry conditions, lower humidity, breezy conditions. Those are conducive to fire. Now, we are on pace for our driest month on record. Again, no rain chances over the next 7 to 10 days, and the weekend itself trending more fall-like with temperatures falling into the lower 60s by Sunday. There you see this was updated this morning. The drought monitor, that severe drought expanding throughout much of Sussex and Kent counties. And you can see that drought extending up through Philadelphia as much as across South Jersey as well. Now, yes, we are 27 days. Now, we had a few sprinkles overnight with the front. That was not enough to amount to any rainfall. You need about 1/10 of an inch to get that official measurable rainfall at that station. Now, the driest rainfall, the driest stretches here over the last, since 1945, you can see we're now tied for 5th. And we are certainly going to make our way up in this ranking here over the next few days. And there you see from the Climate Prediction Center, still trending dry over the next 6 to 10 days. We'll talk more about the weekend, cooler temperatures, and believe it or not, we could be seeing record highs for Halloween. We'll talk more about that here in a few moments.
Thank you. Bethany Beach is trying to make its downtown safer for pedestrians. Today, the Bethany Beach Bike and Pedestrian Committee held a workshop to go over areas of focus for the 2025 season. And some people we spoke with say it's just too busy for them.
I generally try and avoid the downtown when people are up and around, so I walk here every morning. So I try and get here before 10 when they start to pay for parking, and walk the boardwalk and the downtown, and generally it's not crowded then.
Now, Bethany Beach officials are considering adding flashing signs at crosswalks, which would be visible to drivers even in low light conditions. Those signs would also emit a sound to pedestrians when it is safe to cross.
Today in Maryland, early voting officially kicking off. Democratic candidate Angela Also Brooks can be seen meeting with voters, and rival Republican candidate Larry Hogan also at the polls today. Early voting underway in Maryland now until Halloween. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And a full list of Eastern Shore polling sites that can be found on the CoastTV News app and website.
Nationwide, 23 million people have already cast their ballots ahead of Election Day. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how the two presidential candidates are seeking to drive more supporters to the polls.
Closing arguments coming into focus in the closing weeks of the presidential race.
Our country deserves to have a president of the United States who is not afraid of good ideas and does not stand on pride.
We are going to have the biggest victory in the history of our country on November 5th.
Throughout his campaign, former President Trump has made immigration a key issue. His plans include resuming construction of the border wall and reinstating a policy which forces asylum seekers to remain in Mexico while awaiting court dates.
We will stop illegal immigration once and for all. It will be ended.
As campaigning winds down, Vice President Harris's warnings are growing stronger.
What we must understand will happen starting on January 20th in this choice. Either you have the choice of a Donald Trump who will sit in the Oval Office, stewing, plotting revenge, retribution, writing out his enemies list.
Harris taking her message a step further with plans to deliver her closing argument on the National Mall Tuesday from the same area where Mr. Trump gave his speech on January 6th ahead of the attack at the U.S. Capitol.
And we're going to the Capitol
The Harris campaign also rolling out a series of concerts, including a scheduled appearance in Texas with Beyoncé, whose song Freedom has become the campaign's anthem. Mr. Trump will also be in the Lone Star State Friday, doing an interview with podcasting giant Joe Rogan. Both candidates relying on star power to get out the vote as the race remains neck and neck. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And starting next week, make sure to tune into our Coast TV news coverage. For our preview week coverage, we are going to air exclusive candidate interviews focusing on the races that are going to impact us here on Delmarva. Our Decision 2024 preview week kicks off Monday.
Have you had a rough week? Well, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Still to come, why schools on the Eastern Shore are asking for more money.
Beautiful shot into Ocean City, where it's currently 69 degrees. Winds have gusted as high as 25 to 30 miles an hour. Winds will subside through the overnight with clear skies, allowing for a pretty chilly night on the peninsula. We'll talk about our drought continuing in my full forecast coming up.
Officers as Artists, that is the name of a national exhibit, and it will feature one of Delmarva's own. That story in this week's Coastal Connections, up next.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
I'm Harry from Below Book Auto. I wanted you to help Mark get reelected in our district. You should vote for Mark. He will stand behind you and help you with your issues if you have any. He's been great support for us. Hopefully he can do the same for you.
We just ask that you guys please vote for Mark Schaefer. He is literally the reason we're still here. He fights off the bullies. He helps out small businesses when nobody else wants to. And we just really need you guys to vote for him because we got to keep this guy in office.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
The race to the top 50 sales drive continues at Preston Ford. We have nearly 1,000 new Fords on the lot, all priced to sell fast. We have nearly 400 SUVs on the lot and many opportunities to save. Get $9,000 off MSRP on select 2024 Ford Edge models. Check out the entire selection at PrestonFord.com. Purchase a Ford online and we'll deliver it to your driveway. But hurry in as the inventory moves fast during our race to the top 50 in the nation. And remember, cars cost less in Preston.
Discover the craftsmanship behind each Berica home. With each factory tour, you'll embark on a 60-minute journey of innovation and precision. Step into a world where your future home comes to life. Call our office to schedule your factory tour today.
For some, photography is just a hobby, something to do for fun, take a few quick pictures. But for one Delaware State Police trooper, as Brendan Conroy shows us in this week's Coastal Connections, it's a whole lot more.
Turning a moment into a memory. That's what Corporal David Wynn does through the lens of his camera, and it's something he's gotten good at. In fact, one of his photographs has been selected to be on display at the National Law Enforcement Museum in Washington, D.C.
It's very humbling. It's very exciting.
And to make things even better, the picture in question, it's this shot of Corporal Wynn's own daughter standing over a puddle.
Me being able to be there, watching my kid play. She was playing in the puddle right after the rain, so that was allowed me to capture those moment, right? We kind of forget about those brief moments in life that we take for granted.
Wynn's photo will hang on the wall as part of an exhibit called Officers as Artists. While he loves snapping shots in his free time, it also plays a big role in his job as a public affairs officer for the state police.
Some of the posters we see here were used for the troop on display. Some of them were actually used for recruiting materials.
Whether for work or passion, the outcome is the same. The click of a button becomes a literal snapshot in time.
It allowed me to appreciate that and kind of reflect on it, you have to hold on to this precious moment and cherish those and be appreciative.
Feelings, even great ones, can slip away quickly, but Corporal Wynn does his best to capture the ones he never wants to forget.
Corporal Wynn's photographs are sometimes turned into posters or prints that can be seen at different troop locations across the state of Delaware, as well as the Delaware State Police Museum right here in Dover. If you want to see his and other police officers' work on display at the National Law Enforcement Museum in Washington, D.C., they're up now all the way until August of next year. In Dover, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for Baths by Spicer Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
At Johnny Janosik's Mattress World, shop the area's largest mattress selection of the best brand names. Beauty Rest Black, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Kingsdown, Purple, and more. Shop now and find 16 queen mattresses under $9.99, with queen mattresses starting as low as $5.99. Plus, get a $300 reward card with any premium mattress purchase. Get the better night's sleep you deserve. Visit Johnny Janosik's Mattress World.
Is your kitchen sink ugly, scratched, or faded? Hurl's Bath Repair can restore it like new with a nanotech refinishing that's smoother and more resilient. Call Hurl's Bath Repair for a free estimate.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Alsobrooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Alsobrooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Get the CoastTV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
We're bringing bright hope to Delaware by creating opportunity. As Secretary of Labor, I focused on preparing the workforce of tomorrow. And in Congress, I've worked to strengthen career and technical education. Jobs that might not require a four-year college degree, but do require skills. With jobs like these. Together, we can build the workforce of today and tomorrow. I'm Lisa Blunt Rochester, and I approve this message because our opportunities should be limitless.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Well, just a spectacular view from our Gateway Subaru Cam in Ocean City. Looking out at the Atlantic, it has been a beautiful afternoon, a breezy one at that. We're at 69 in Ocean City, winds out of the northwest at about 14 to about 20 miles an hour. You can see some parts of the peninsula saw somewhere between about a 5 to 10 degree temperature change with that front moving through, but it is so dry, and that has allowed temperatures to reach the lower 70s across portions of the peninsula. Right now, most of us are in the mid to upper 60s under those clear skies. You can see those winds still gusting anywhere between about 10 to 25 out of the northwest. Those will subside through the overnight. You could see that red flag warning across New Jersey. Here, though, we don't have the red flag warning, but conditions are conducive for fire. And we also do have a small craft advisory up for the ocean and bay side through 6 a.m. Friday. Front passed through last night. We had a few sprinkles, but it wasn't enough to amount to ending our measurable rainfall streak. High pressure settling in, and that will kind of move right over the area for tomorrow and into the weekend. I took this shot. There's a shot that all too familiar of that dust kicking up across the Delmarva, and you can see it all around the area, and that air quality at a moderate. And we're going to continue to see those dry conditions. We're at day 27, the record 34, as we continue to march towards history across the peninsula. There's the drought monitor with that severe drought throughout much of Delaware, extending north into southern Pennsylvania as well as South Jersey. And we are not going to see much in the way of relief. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, generally below normal as far as precipitation goes. Now tonight, as I mentioned, winds will subside. Skies are going to remain clear, upper 30s to lower 40s inland. At the coast, we're going to be generally in the mid to upper 40s. So another gorgeous day for your Friday, wall-to-wall sunshine, a seasonable day with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. So we're going to be pretty nice for football come Friday night. Futurecast shows the clear skies. We'll have a weak front moving through Friday night into Saturday, could bring a few clouds, and then we're going to be right around that 70-degree mark inland on Saturday under sunny skies. But then we see that secondary front move through Saturday night, and then it gets chilly Sunday through Monday. So we are looking very nice for the Sea Witch Festival. Milder on Saturday, chilly on Sunday, with temperatures only in the lower 60s. As I mentioned, chilly Sunday into Monday. We're talking about highs in the lower 60s, overnight lows in the 30s. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be a brief shot of cool air because we're going to warm right back up next week into Halloween. We could be pushing near 80 degrees. Now, congratulations to our umbrella winner, Lewis Stockley of Milton, Delaware. You're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. And there's your Paul Davis 7-day chilly shot of air there, but then we gradually warm things up. Record high for Halloween is 81. I'll tell you what, we're going to make a run for it as we push into next week.
Thank you. In regional news, an Eastern Shore school district is asking for more money. The district says changing demographics are requiring more resources. Wicomico County Public Schools, they've seen a 100% increase of non-English speaking students over the last 5 years. Wicomico says the school's resources are already strained, and now they have to hire more translators for students and their families and purchase new technology to bridge some of those barriers.
If you think about the high school classes that we all took, they were challenging enough in English, as we knew that, but certainly someone coming from another country that may be speaking a different primary language, it takes a lot of resources.
Last year, the county gave the district a 2% bump in funding, but Stafford says that does not keep up with the pace of inflation or the growing population. Here's what's coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6:30. It's Henlopen Conference Boys Soccer when Cape hosts Sussex Central, followed by the Bayside Conference Girls Soccer match. And here are your DSN Plus exclusives at 5:30. Delaware High School Field Hockey when Sussex Academy takes St. Mark's. At 6, a big matchup in Virginia high school football.
Coming up, the first lawsuit after an E. coli outbreak at McDonald's. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County, whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
My dad, Mike Ramone, is a different kind of public servant. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, right. But I know from my own experience how much he cares about everyone. He's a great father and grandfather. You can see how much their futures matter to him. And he has the same passion for your kids' future. He's focused on fixing our schools and getting teachers and students the resources they need. What I can promise is he'll be a great governor for all of Delaware.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. Current Chevy owners can get $6,500 total value on this 2024 Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 12% below MSRP. See your Delmarva Chevy dealers.
Seen these attacks? They're not true. The Republican billionaires paying for them know it, and Larry Hogan does too. So why does a group of billionaires from outside Maryland care so much about our Senate race? Because they want power, and they know Larry Hogan will give Republicans control of the Senate. They'll pass trillions in new tax breaks for big corporations and the wealthy. But you know who they don't care about? You. I'm Angela Also Brooks, and I approve this message.
Dad, I need your help. I am in over my head with this house. I've got buckling floors, doors that won't close, sick kids, and a frustrated wife. Did you call Dry Zone? No, I called the cheaper guys. You've got to call Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawlspace experts.
New today, a Colorado man has filed the first lawsuit against McDonald's relating to its E. coli outbreak linked to the Quarter Pounder. The outbreak has led to at least 49 illnesses across 10 states, and that includes 1 death. The lawsuit accuses McDonald's of product liability, negligence, and breach of implied warranties. McDonald's has not commented on the lawsuit, though McDonald's did say those ingredients are probably out of the supply chain at restaurants. And new today, the FDA is investigating Taylor Farms, a McDonald's supplier, as the possible source of a deadly E. coli outbreak.
This Sunday, join Coast TV, please, for Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys take on the 49ers. Coverage on Coast TV begins at 7, and stay with us afterwards for your hyper-local news. We'll be right back.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on this 2024 Encore GX. That's 10% below MSRP.
Coming out of COVID, the cost of everything has gone up. I am an independent. Larry Hogan, being a Republican in a Democratic state, he represents Democrats, he represents Republicans, he represents the people of Maryland. He has a common sense ideology. He wants to cut back on the taxes, cut back on the bridge tolls. Those are what's affecting us on a daily basis. He wants to see the people of Maryland successful and financially secure.
Stand with Governor Hogan. Join our team by donating today.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message. The Toyota RAV4 legacy is earned as the best-selling SUV in America. Designed with the capabilities and comfort to tame the trail or road. Right now, get a RAV4 with low 3.99% APR. This is my legacy. Toyota, let's go places.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
This Saturday, Tournament of Bands is having its annual Delaware and Eastern Maryland State Championships. Only on DSN+, you can watch student marching bands from across Delmarva as they compete for placement in the Atlantic Coast Championships next month.
Live looking to Laurel, clear skies, 66. See those fall colors in the trees there. Clear skies overnight. I think Laurel will get in the upper 30s to low 40s tonight under those clear skies. You can get your forecast at any time by calling our First Alert weather phone. Your Paul Davis 10-day shows we're up to 71 by Saturday, though the front comes through. We get some chilly air, but it's brief because look at this. We're gradually warming up back to the lower 80s by Halloween. So not feeling quite like fall for Halloween, it looks like.
All right, Chris, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more of our local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.